Welcome to Hunting with HECS. I'm your host, Mike Slinkard. Today we have some great up-close adventures both in the Midwest as well as in my home state of Eastern Oregon. First, we're going to tag along with Jason Cleveland and Andy Pettit as they put the HECS on some hard-hunted birds in Texas and Missouri. Then we'll cap off the turkey hunting with some late-season birds here in Eastern Oregon. As usual, my buddy Andy Day and I are using our PSE bows and sitting in chairs out in the wide open and slamming birds left and right. You'll see that with HECS, there's simply no reason for a blind when bow hunting spring gobblers. This is going to be a great show, and as always, we'll show it all just like it happened right here on Hunting with HECS.
Hunting is about getting close. Really close. Get closer than you ever thought was possible.
When you have a cameraman and you setting out in a dirt field like this, you can get away with so much with this HECS on.
I've got to give credit once again to HECS.
We showcase the science of getting close right here on Hunting with HECS.
Hunting with HECS is brought to you by PSE Archery. Tough Country, American values forged in steel. Ozonics, undetectable, undeniable. Victory Archery, the carbon arrow experts. Nocturnal lighted Knox, illumination that lasts for 20+ hours. Rocky Mountain hunting calls, we call the game. Tacticam, share your hunt. Warren Winches. Trophy Properties and Auction. And HECS Stealth Screen, the evolution of concealment.
On this first hunt, the guys were slipping into their spot and they found that someone had pushed into their area already and bumped the birds that they were after. Never one to accept defeat, Jason decided to grab his fan and do a little run and gun turkey hunting. Decked out in a full HECS system, Jason was able to crawl out to the top of a small hill in view of the three toms. There he popped up a fan and soon he had all three birds heading his way. Even though these birds had been bumped by another hunter, they were confident enough in Jason's setup and they walked right in. Well, when the dust settled, Jason had taken all three birds for an opening day triple.
Take the game to them with HECS. It's always my strategy, and we did it again today. I shot the first one at 15 yards, the next one gobbled, I shot him, and then shot the third one, but just couldn't ask for a better way to start opening day of Texas. We're putting the HECS on a 3-pack.
Well, this was a 4-bird county in Texas, so the guys didn't waste any time getting back out to a new area. This time, both Jason and Andy are set up side by side, hoping to get a double. Both guys are veterans using the HECS system, and as you can see here, as they usually do, they're set in the wide open wherever they want to, and they start calling to the birds. In this case, they knew there was birds in the area, but they didn't know exactly where, so they set up some decoys in a likely area and started calling. A few minutes later, they spotted 3 nice toms working their way. Well, the guys are set up in the wide open here with nothing but some sparse ankle-high grass between them and the turkeys. As we've now come to expect when using HECS technology, the birds didn't see the guys as a living threat, so they strutted right into the setup.
One of them got away. We'll save him for another day, but...
And it was sure pretty when they turned the corner here and just all checked up, heads red, white, and blue. They're
Shoulder
just
to shoulder.
shoulder to shoulder right there in those decoys. That's about as pretty as you can get. We're sitting here in the wide open. There's nothing between these decoys and our stuff back there that's over ankle high. Just set out in the wide open. As long as you can stay comfortable, put the HECS on. You don't have to have a tree or anything else. Just set out wherever you want to. Call them right to the decoys.
If you're looking for a HECS system, come visit our new website where you have the option to build your own system from any of the HECS clothing to match your particular hunting style. Or choose from one of our convenient pre-built systems specifically designed to cover you in HECS technology in every season. Our most popular HECS system is our base layer. The base layer is a lightweight semi-thermal material designed to be worn under your regular hunting clothing or over the top. It comes in the original olive green, as well as our new HECS Style Anywhere and HECS Style Green digital camo patterns to match any terrain. The material features a highly electrically conductive carbon grid woven into the polyester base cloth. The grid blocks your body's electrical field. The suit is designed to be worn under your regular camo or over the top as an outer layer. The technology is effective either way. All complete HECS systems include 3 pieces. These essential pieces include a HECS pant, HECS top, and HECS head cover. You may use any combination of appropriate HECS products to achieve the goal of covering as much of your body as possible with HECS technology. The shirt is a quarter zip Henley with rugged serge stitching, embroidered HECS logo, and thumb holes. The form-fitting pants have rugged serge stitching throughout, and the heavy elastic waistband and cuff ensure they stay in place. They also feature a convenient fly. The head cover has a hemmed eye hole, adjustable drawstring in the back, and is very easy to use. Additional accessories are sold separately and include the HECS hat, our versatile multi-rag that can be worn in a variety of ways, camo gloves made of a lightweight, stretchy material in matching camo, and a heavyweight over-the-calf sock. And of course, all of the accessories have the HECS grid woven right in. Order right now and use the promo code to save on your order of a complete HECS suit. Visit our website to learn more about our full line of clothing and accessories, as well as our fit guarantee for worry-free ordering. We'll be back with more amazing turkey action right after this. Welcome back to Hunting with HECS. Before the break, we watched as Jason Cleveland and Andy Pettit scored on several Texas gobblers. Now we're headed to Missouri, where the duo hopes to continue the action.
We're still hunting with Jason Cleveland and Andy Pettit, but now the guys are in Missouri. It's just after daylight, and the guys are set up in an area they know held good numbers of birds in the past. Well, their hunch paid off, and soon they had gobbling birds calling from the timber across from them. A few minutes later, a nice bird walked out into the field across from them and headed their way. When the bird got into range, Andy dropped the hammer.
We set up on this far end to get out of the wind because we know they're not going to be out on that high point bucking 20-mile-an-hour wind today, but sure enough, one was located just right off the edge of this thing, gobbled a bunch, put down, walked right out here, and Andy was able to take care of him, and about 20 yards. Congrats.
One done, let's go.
Let's go get another one.
Well, the next morning, the guys were once again on the birds, only this time the toms were with some hens. As every turkey hunter knows, getting a tom to leave his hens for your decoy setup is nearly impossible. But Jason didn't give up. Once again, he trusted his HECS system and took the game to them. Just like he did in Texas, Jason crawled out to the top of a small hill in full view of the birds and lifted his turkey fan. The 2 toms in the field turned on a dime, left their hens, and headed straight to Jason.
Got him. 3-year-old, nothing major, but what a fun morning, man. We're up here in northwest Missouri. Andy Pettit got one yesterday morning. We were right in the middle of them today, but they had too many hens, didn't like the decoy set up, but there was 2 of these guys sitting out in the field with some hens. Got out there with that strutter decoy, danced them on up the hill. Like I say every time, you don't need a lot of cover, and if they're gobbling, put the HECS on and take the game to them.
If you're looking for a HECS system, come visit our new website, where you have the option to build your own system from any of the HECS clothing to match your particular hunting style. Or choose from one of our convenient pre-built systems specifically designed to cover you in HECS technology in every season. The original HECS suit is very lightweight, breathable, and versatile enough to be used in almost any hunting situation. The HECS systems consist of 3 pieces. These essential pieces include a HECS pant, HECS top, and HECS head cover. You may use any combination of appropriate HECS products to achieve the goal of covering as much of your body as possible with HECS technology. All HECS hunting products are now available in our new HECS Style Anywhere and HECS Style Green digital camo patterns to match any terrain. The material features a highly electrically conductive carbon grid woven into the polyester-based cloth. The grid blocks your body's electrical field. The suit is designed to be worn under your regular camo or over the top as an outer layer. The technology is effective either way. The original pants are cut similar to sweatpants, with an elastic waistband, elastic cuffs on the bottom, side pockets, and a convenient fly. The pullover shirt features thumb holes, serge stitching, and an embroidered logo. The head cover has a hemmed eye hole, adjustable drawstring in the back, and is very easy to use. Additional accessories are sold separately and include the HECS hat, our versatile multi-rag that can be worn in a variety of ways, camo gloves made of a lightweight, stretchy material in matching camo, and a heavyweight over-the-calf sock. And of course, all of the accessories have the HECS grid woven right in. Order right now and use the promo code to save on your order of a complete HECS suit. Visit our website to learn more about our full line of clothing and accessories, as well as our fit guarantee for worry-free ordering. Don't go away. When we come back, we'll break out the archery gear and put the HECS effect on full display. Welcome back to Hunting with HECS. We're finishing up our spring turkey hunts this week. And as usual, the HECS crew is sitting out in full view of the turkeys to showcase the effectiveness of HECS technology. Now let's get back to the action.
Now we're headed to Eastern Oregon, where my buddy Andy Day and I are trying to punch the last couple of turkey tags before the season runs out. On this hunt, I'm by myself and self-filming. As you can see by the slightly out of focus video here, I'd left home in a hurry to get out that day, and I forgot a couple of key pieces of equipment, namely my Tacticam remote and my eyeglasses. I decided to tough it out anyway and hope for the best, and I'm sure glad I did. Well, this area has a lot of birds, so I'm hoping it won't take long to call a tom into my setup. Well, about an hour later, I have an entire flock move through at about 30 yards. Unfortunately, the toms are trailing some hens who really aren't very impressed with my decoys, so they keep on moving. Well, fortunately, they just fed around in the area, and finally a curious hen moved in to check out the decoys. Well, this brought a couple of the bigger toms back into range. I held off hoping to get one on the decoys, but soon it looked like they were going to head back out. When this late arrival showed up, I decided to give it a shot. Unfortunately, my range estimation was a little off, and my arrow fell just under him. You know, one of the things as a bow hunter that we got to keep in mind, especially with turkeys, is that they're a very small target, and if you don't hit them right, they're very, very difficult to take. So I started doing something a little bit different. I thought I'd show you guys about it. So it's a little out of the box, I guess, but if you can look at this, you can see that I've actually got a fish hook on the front of this arrow. What it is, it's held here by 2 O-rings like that. So I got 2 O-rings. When this hook deploys, first off, most of the time that's going to stop in the turkey right there. And if you can keep the arrow in the turkey, you're going to recover them a lot more easily. But if it doesn't, if it passes through, what's going to happen is this hook's going to come off and it's going to spin off like that. As you can see, I've got a string on it. This is heavy halo archery serving is what it is. So it's super strong, and it's just tied around this arrow like this. So what happens if as it passes through, that hook goes through, the hook hangs in the turkey, and he's just got basically a big anchor hanging to him. So he's very, very hard to get away when that happens. Anyway, just a quick tip about how this works. Those of you who know me know that I'm always looking for better ways to recover my bow shot game. And here is one tactic that works really well for me with turkeys. But, and hear me loud and clear here, this method will not work with every bow setup or every arrow rest. Do not try this unless you're using a follow-away arrow rest with no obstruction on the top of the arrow. That means no whisker biscuits, no arrow capture devices, and certainly no crossbows. To be clear, I am not advocating that you use this method. I'm only showing you what works for me, so take it for what it's worth. On this next hunt, I decided to set up an area that has proven itself in the past, and it wasn't long before I had 3 toms heading towards my setup. You know, it's really late in the year here, and these birds are pretty shy of the decoys, so I really wasn't too surprised when they turned away after they got a good look at them. Even though they knew something was off with my setup, they still stayed calm enough to let me get to full draw and make the shot. There the fish hook worked. Now here's a good lesson that you'd think an old timer like me'd remember. Always make sure that your bird is down for good before you start talking to the camera. We had them gobbling way up here. It's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and all 3 of them came down. He's still trying to get away. I might shoot him again there. Fortunately, I had used my fish hook hack, and it was an easy recovery. Well, we got it done. Not as pretty as I like to see it, but tell you what, this is a lesson for you bow hunters. When you shoot something and you think it's dead, if there's any doubt, shoot it again. That's what I should have done there, and I know better. I've done this enough. But HECS worked. We got full draw again with no problem. All 3 of those birds were relaxed and everything else. This bird was not committed to the decoy. For some reason, he came in and didn't like what he saw decoy-wise, but it didn't matter. I still got the full draw and got him killed. So, man, I tell you what, we put the HECS on yet another bird, and it never gets old.
We'll have plenty more turkey encounters right after this. Welcome back to Hunting with HECS. We've been bagging and tagging hard-hunted birds all over the country, and now we're down to the final days of season.
Well, I'm all tagged out, but my buddy Andy still has 1 tag left. So we headed out to an area that we know turkeys travel through, and it wasn't long before we had birds moving all around us. They were getting super shy of the decoys, but we knew we just needed to get 1 more tom that would get inside of range and we'd complete the year. When one got inside archery range, Andy drew his bow. You know, the birds were already nervous about the decoy, and even after Andy's arrow went zipping by, these birds still didn't fly, but just simply walked out of the area, gobbling all the way out. Andy still has that tag in his pocket, so the next day we hit another one of our favorite spots. Well, here's something we now almost take for granted when we're wearing HECS. You know, the squirrels and other small animals will simply ignore us and go on about their business as usual. This leads other animals in the area to be calmer as well. After a few soft calls, we heard the drum of an approaching tom coming in from our right. Well, this bird looked over the decoys and came right on in. Well, Andy and I are only about 10 or 11 steps from the decoys here, on chairs like we always do. And as usual, the bird totally ignores us. You know, Andy's making some big moves here, getting his bow back. But as we've seen now for over a decade, With HECS technology blocking the electrical output from his muscle movement, Andy's movement was just like another limb blowing in the wind as far as that bird was concerned. And with that, Andy was able to finally wrap up our Oregon turkey season. Here at HECS, we get photos and testimonials from customers all the time. And this week, we share a HECS moment from Bill Tuthill from New York.
I started using HECS a few years ago after being with a friend that used them. I was amazed to see how much movement he got away with and had to ask him what he was doing different. He told me about your products and I went right out and bought them. My hunting was taken to a new level. Here are some pictures from last season that made me a believer, and thank you again. Bill Tuthill, New York. HECS is excited to offer our first dedicated outerwear system. Our new premium quality outerwear pant, coupled with a HECS hooded shirt with integrated face cover, is the ultimate HECS system for any hunting situation. You can find this system on our website as a pre-built system, or you can customize this system even further using our new Build Your Own System option. The hooded shirt comes with an integrated face mask, a convenient front pocket, thumb holes, and is the perfect HECS outerwear piece for these cooler days in the field. It comes in both HECS-style camo patterns as well as a two-tone version. Brand new to the HECS lineup is our outerwear pants. These will be the most comfortable hunting pants you will ever wear, and of course, they have the HECS patented technology woven right in. They feature a super comfortable, action-cut, quiet fabric, ample pocket space, and a zippered leg pocket for your HECS accessories or your cell phone. This is a high-quality pant that replaces the need for an additional HECS layer in order to get the full HECS advantage. They come in both HECS Style Anywhere and HECS Style Green Camo, as well as an olive brown. This is quickly becoming our best-selling system. You can check it out on our website along with other great HECS products and accessories. Don't delay. We expect these systems to sell out fast.
Well, I hope you enjoyed seeing yet another great season of success on Spring Gobblers. As we have shown you now since 2010, HECS is an absolute game changer when it comes to turkey hunting. From hard-hunted eastern birds to cagey Rios and Miriams out west, all turkeys see movement the same way, and HECS technology continues to drastically change the way the birds see your movement as well. If you still have some time left in your turkey hunting season and you want to absolutely change your hunting experience, go online or give us a call today and get a complete HECS system headed your way. Whether it's worn under your regular clothing or on top, HECS is patented and proven to work. You know, we have a lot of new products, so we're sure to have the perfect HECS system for your style of hunting. In the meantime, we'll keep pushing the limits and bringing it to you each week right here on Hunting with HECS.
If you have an amazing HECS encounter you'd like to share, give us a call or go online. If we use it on the air, you'll be in the running to win an exciting hunting trip with a HECS crew. You can find out more on our website. While you're online, make sure to take a minute and check us out on our social media sites as well.